Okay, we're over here, go to math.com, click on the algebra, let's go down to factoring trinomials. I think we got one more problem left in this section for now. I'm always glad. What the heck is all that? That looks like a headache. So x to the fourth, y to the fourth, z to the fourth, oh my god, minus 65, x to the fourth, y to the fourth, and z squared. That's kind of weird. We got, wait a minute, z to the fourth, oh my god, minus 64, x to the fourth, y to the fourth. Alright, x to the fourth, y to the fourth, z to the fourth, minus 65x to the fourth, y to the fourth, z squared minus 64x to the fourth, y to the fourth. That's enough to make me dizzy. Fortunately, we got to write all this stuff out now. So we got x to the fourth, I was just writing it down, y to the fourth, z to the fourth, and then there's the 4th of July now. Of course, that may not mean anything for some people watching this. Let's see, 65, x to the fourth. Actually, the majority of the people. Y to the fourth, z squared minus 64 x to the fourth, y to the fourth. A lot of fourth going on there. Okay, so what can we pull out of this thing? We have an x to the fourth, x to the fourth, x to the fourth. And, well, look at here. We got a y in each one of these terms, too. Okay, I think that's going to help out. We're going to pull out an x to the fourth and a y to the fourth. Isn't that great? And so we're going to be left with z to the fourth minus 65 z squared minus 64. Okay, I think that helps out quite a bit. So once again, we're going to have to do the substitution. We're going to let z squared equal u. Okay? So this is going to become u squared minus 65u minus 64. And then this is x to the fourth, y to the fourth. Okay? So once again, we're looking for two numbers that when multiplied together gives us negative 64. And then of course when we add them, we get negative 65. It seems like we did this earlier, and I hope there's no mistakes. But I got a bad feeling I don't want to work this problem again. 1 and 64. Oh man, is that supposed to be a plus sign? Huh. That's not possible. Ah, darn, this chap's my, you know what. I think this is supposed to be a plus right here. In fact, I'm positive. Right, that would give negative 65, and then that would be a positive 64. Okay, we're not redoing this problem. I'm exhausted. So that should be a plus sign. I'll go in and change the coding there. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to redo this problem. I ran into this earlier with a problem similar. Of course, you didn't see it because I deleted out the video and redid it over again. Alright, what are we doing here? So we got minus 1 and then minus 64. So u times u is u squared, u times negative 64 is negative 64u minus u is negative 65u, and then we have a minus 1 and minus 64, multiply them together and you get positive 64. And now we go back and we're using z, aren't we? Yeah, sorry about that. But that's the way things are sometimes. So we're using z, so this should be z squared, and then this is going to be z squared minus. Now, I'm not going to write 64. What I'm going to write is 8 squared here. Okay, and 8 squared is 64. But what we got going on here is we got a difference of squares here. So we have x to the fourth, y to the fourth. We're going to have z minus 1, z plus 1, z minus 8, and then z plus 8. Okay? That's what we got going on there. And I'm sure the answer is correct. Yeah, see that? So that should be a plus sign. I'll go in and change that. But z plus 1, z minus 1, z plus 8, z minus 8, and x to the fourth, y to the fourth. Got it. Alright, we're over here at GoToMath.com, finding mistakes. Alright, well that ends this section, and I guess I'll see you into the next section. And alright, see you later.